My name is John Francis Friendship. I live in South East London, and for roughly 25 years I was a Franciscan friar. After that I spent, 10 years as a parish priest in East London, and then in about 2011, I suppose, I moved down with my partner to South London. So the mystery of faith is a basic introduction to Christian belief. It's structured around the creed, the Apostles' Creed. The Apostles' Creed is one of those which the Church uses to explain its belief. We use it, for example, at baptism or at the Easter liturgies. And this is our faith, seen to me to be an important topic for exploration. A lot of people I know and people I've worked with over the years have only a basic understanding of what Christianity might be, a very limited understanding. And so I wanted to write something which explained it in simple terms for the average adult reader. It draws on the riches, I suppose, of Western and Eastern Christianity, the great tradition, and tries to explain that in ways that hopefully people will be able to grasp. I remember somebody I know commenting that although they'd stopped going to church many years ago, it actually meant that they felt they'd lost touch with something of enormous importance. They hadn't got the roots that they were looking for. And so I wanted to write something which really touched into the roots of faith. Parts of the book, in fact, part of the theme of the book, is actually drawing on the great tradition of Christian spirituality. People often think of spirituality as a rather nice feeling you get in a church or walking through the woods or in a bubble bath. But I think spirituality, we all know, is probably a bit more than that. I remember many years ago visiting a Benedictine monastery in France and talking with one of the young monks there who explained that when he was younger, he'd left France on the great journey east to explore and find meaning in life. And then on one visit back home, he happened upon the monastery in which he was now living and recognised there what he'd been looking for. And to me, that's actually saying quite a lot. Often we think we have to make a long journey to search for what it is we're seeking. But the journey actually is an inner one. And often it is as one of the great Desert Fathers said, go to your cell, go to your own inner place and let that teach you. One of the things I do these days is work with a lot of particularly young people who are perhaps exploring or on the journey towards ordination. And as I listen to them, quite often, I have a sense that we're suffering from what's been called the McDonaldization of Christianity. It's all pre-packaged, it's very attractive, it tastes quite nice immediately, but it's got no real lasting value. And so what I wanted to do in this book is actually to offer something which has got some substance, which actually is going to be satisfying, that's going to ask people to want more. There's quite a bit about a very simple thing, who is God? I actually asked a lot of people who God is for them, and the multitude of answers I received shows just how rich is our understanding and varied is our understanding of the nature of God. I wanted to explore Jesus and his teachings, his life particularly, and aspects of suffering particularly, because one of the questions I'm often asked is, if there's a God and he's a good God, why so much suffering? And so I wanted to spend quite a bit of time looking at that question of why we have to suffer or why there is suffering in the world. There's quite a lot on the nature of the church, what we do in church and why we do it and how we might do it better, what it is that we might get out of what happens in church for us individually. You may wonder why I chose the title Mystery of Faith or The Mystery of Faith. And one of the reasons is that as I watch television and listen to people talking about Christianity, there's often a very simplistic notion of the faith. There's no such thing as simple faith. Faith is a mystery. Some people say, I wish I had the sort of faith that you have. And of course, you can. You just have to live by faith. I think Christianity, which is the great tradition that we've inherited in the West, has so much to teach. It has a rich treasury of wisdom. And that's what I've tried to introduce or explore in the book.